Dan from Frontline MCOC here, back with another video for Marvel Contest of Champions, and you are going to see my first ever fight against the 6.2.6 champion boss. So just reading the abilities going in and just really trying to take stock. I was really feeling the pressure with this one. This is one of those fights that I had been hearing about and reading about and watching videos for a long time, and it was finally time to get in there. So I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous, so just going over things one more time, getting my game plan together, and you know, I'm all boosted up here and ready to go. So going in with Symbiote Supreme, and I had been watching Legacy's videos and saw that he had used Symbiote Supreme, and also talked to Cam a little bit in preparation of this run, and had pretty much decided that based on my roster, Symbiote Supreme was the way to go. So I'm really not doing anything out of the ordinary or special from what I would normally do with Symbiote Supreme. I'm trying to work up to a special 3 and then spam special 2s, and obviously I want to keep him from regenning, from going unstoppable, all those kind of things. It's there's really nothing too complicated about this the first 90% of the champion fight if you're playing Symbiote Supreme. After you get out of the first phase, then I was really trying to play with without parry, because I think there's that stun phase, so you have to be careful about that, right? So that's basically all I was trying to do. I was trying to play really safe and just keep him from regenning, keep him from going unstoppable, and bait out specials and punish. That is pretty much it. You know, I'm certainly not the best player in the world, so just trying to keep it simple. Taking a lot of blocked hits there. You gotta be careful about that. As you can see, he does a lot of damage there. So now go back in, punish with the special 2, and just a lot of repeating right here. Once again, special 2, really liking it. It's some nice damage. This is my 565 Symbiote Supreme. I think he's only Sig 20, but that's certainly enough. And I've only got 1 level in Mystic Dispersion, but as you can see from my PI right now, I am pretty boosted up. So at this point, we're into the 30s here for his health. And I gotta say, I was really happy with how smoothly things had gone up to this point. So then we're gonna drop another special 3, restart the cycle, and keep going here. So you gotta be careful there. I think I'm at the point where his mediums are unblockable. So he did catch me with that leg kick there. So I've definitely taken some chip damage, taken a couple hits here. But all in all, I was feeling pretty good at this point that I got him down to 25% already on the first run. So you throw another special 3. And we're going to continue to punish his specials. At this point, I'm just trying to make sure he's always finishing over a bar of power, so I can punish his special 1. Go back in, drop the special 2. And actually, the power steal isn't super helpful there, so intercept with a special. And it was very nice of him to throw that heavy attack there. And now we're in the final 10% phase, so now I'm trying to push him to that special 1 and trying to dex those special 1s, and I got my first one there. at this point, was definitely getting a little nervous that I got him into the into the final phase here, because I've heard so many horror stories about this final phase, and I'm just trying to feel it out. I think if I had started with a little more health and you know, I might have been able to one-shot him here. I do get the dex there, but at this point I'm going to start taking too much chip damage, which you'll see, and that's going to do me. I just can't hang in the fight long enough. These parries, you're just taking too much damage, and the block damage. But I get another charge off. I'm down to 13% here. So yeah, I've just taken too much damage to successfully get the one shot. But at this point, I'm feeling pretty good that kind of getting a feel for, all right, I can actually get the dex on the special one. I can start to chip off those charges. So if I heal back up, I should be okay. So I'm definitely trying to build up his power again and see if I can get him to throw a few more special ones. Maybe close. Special one. Didn't get the dex there. Wasn't close enough. He's starting to go unstoppable. Backing me into a corner. I attack into him while he was unstoppable, and the champion takes me down. But all in all, for the first time ever fighting the champion, that was really, really solid. So I'm going to go back in with Thing. And I've been watching one of Cade's videos where he's talking about Dreamin' using the Thing and doing commentary. It's a great video. And the idea here is to build up the rock stacks to 15 and rely on Thing's protection as a safety net. Now, of course, you don't want to get hit right off the bat like that. That is certainly not the plan. So this did not end up being a good run. The idea is to get to 15 rock stacks, bait the special ones, and not actually block, but keep dexing back, because you're not going to get stunned, right? So that was actually the example of what I was trying to do. There's just a lot going on in this fight. I didn't have the best feel for it with him going unstoppable. So it wasn't the best run. I'm still definitely feeling things out at this point, trying to slow the fight down in my head. Right? There's a lot of timers you gotta watch. So he gets me there. So now I'm going to go back in, but I'm going to go back in with Mephisto and Champion just to get a little more feel with the timing and the practice. These are kind of throwaway runs because they've got full health. So this is really me just like taking a few minutes to kind of compose myself, like make some mistakes in a situation where I knew I wasn't going to be able to beat the champion with either Mephisto or the champion, but I just needed a few minutes to like kind of compose myself and get my game together before I started using items. Right? The big worry is you get brought out of your game, you start getting flustered, and then you start burning through items, and the more items you burn through, the more off your game you get, and which of course causes you to make mistakes and spend more items. So that's really what this was. It was just kind of taking a few minutes for like throwaways, and before I healed up with Thing. So going to drop some of those level 5 health potions that I had left over. Those were some of those. I forget what event. Was it the love juice? Yeah, it was the love juice event, and they converted. So I still have a few of those left over. So now I'm going back in with Thing, and I feel like I have a little bit better of an idea of like how to fight the champion with Thing, what I'm going to be watching a little bit more of the champion's timer and a little bit less on myself. And that's what it's all really about, right? You're just going to slow down the fight, have your game plan together, know what you're looking for, and then you can get it done. So obviously I've got to force him to special 1, watch the Primal Fury, right? Like, making sure I'm watching his timers and waiting for him to throw the special 1. Dex heavy. You see the protection helping me out there. So I'm just dexing there, right? And I was able to take off 2 charges. I never actually blocked. That's the key that Cade was talking about in the video. He said if you don't want to block, you want to rely on protection and just dex. So now he's down to 1 charge. So what's nice about using Thing is I was able to get 2 charges off on those. Get the last charge off, hit the special 3, and wrap the champion up in that that rock burrito, slam him into the wall, and collect those rewards. So all in all, really happy with how this fight went. The fact that I only spent 1 revive and a few of those health potions. And I got through it. I got my initial clear of Act 6.2. So it's going to be a while before I go back in for completion. Doesn't really make sense for me right now based on where my account is at. So I'm going to be moving on to Act 6.3. And hopefully you'll see some of that soon. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video of my first fights against the 6.2 champion. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.